As promised, we're going to make the necklace to match February 2025 Dollar Bead Box. Hey y'all, it's April. Thanks for stopping by my crazy creative life. Ooh. In today's video, I had, if you watched the February 2025 Dollar Bead Box, I made a real pretty earring and bracelet set, and I told you I would come back and make a necklace, and that's what we're going to do in this video. So if that sounds interesting, then just keep on watching. Okay, sorry about my voice. I have come down with what my daughter had. If you watched any of my last video, I was talking about everybody being sick, and now of course I got it. But we'll try to get through this. I think I want to start off with this little middle heart. This is the heart that I'm going to use as the focal point. I think I want to go ahead and kind of get it prepared. So I've got this bare copper wire. It is 20 millimeter. And I'm going to cut some off. Okay, I'm just guessing really at this. Let's do 6 inches just to be safe. I don't think I'll need 6 inches, but okay. So I'm gonna set that to the side. Let's go ahead and get that flush. There we go. All right, I'm gonna slide that up. There it goes. There was this one, and it was the ruby looking with that silver on the back side of it. I had put that in that bracelet, and I think maybe earring. Anyway, I'm taking one of those. So it's that ruby. No, hold it. Sorry, I about went backwards. I'm taking that small 3 millimeter copper one. I think it was either copper or antique bronze or something like that. So we're going to take that little one. Then I'm going to take the pink one in this 4 millimeter. It almost looks like a rose gold, because here's the darker pink one. And then of course you can see the lighter pink. But it's kind of like between a coppery rose gold. It's 4 millimeter. I'm taking that next. And then I'm topping it with that ruby with the silver backing. Okay, I'm going to try to bring it up some. Well, not much. I don't want to bring it up too much. Okay, I'm going to do a wrapped loop for this. Okay, I need it to go, for the loop to go this way. So I'm going to give it that bend. Okay, going to wrap that on around the back. I'm going to switch my hand over. And taking my pliers, and I'm just going to wrap it on around. This is a good soft wire. I like that. But you're going to wrap it until you get resistance. Oh, I keep scooting it down, don't I? Let's see. Let's go around one more time. And then I'm going to clip it. Okay. So I'm just going to snip it off with my flush cutters. And then kind of just straighten it out. I'm going to squeeze in that pokey part. All right, now down here, I'm going to make another wrapped loop. Turn it on the side. Do my 90-degree bend. Take the round nose pliers and we're going to stick them in there. Then we're going to come up and over. Switch your hand around and then go behind it. And then just keep wrapping until you get to the heart. To the bottom of the heart. Okay. Now, that turned out pretty. Let's trim off their tail. And squeeze off our pokey parts. Okay, and this is the direction I want it in, which it turns so that's okay. I want, at the bottom, I want it to be flat. At the top, I want that to be facing that direction. And you'll see why here in a second. Okay. Now, I've got this halfway done. And this is the direction that I went in. This is going to be my middle part of the necklace. And then in this direction, we're going to do the exact same thing, but put it in reverse. And I'll try to tell you what well, I don't even know the names of these. And then right here is where our little component's going to go. Turn back around there. Okay. So I'm going to slide that in there. Probably nothing I'm saying is making sense. Okay, and then in this kit, this is the kit. And I will link the unboxing video. I'll link the unboxing video and the bracelet because I've got all the names there. But anyway, I'm taking the flower. It was like a little copper flower. And I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but it kind of goes, it divots down just a little bit there. And then it rounds down here. So the part, to me, that it seems like that would be like the inside and the more rounded part would be the outside. That's how I'm seeing it. So when I put it here, that more rounded part, I've got it facing my little pink bead. The flatter part is facing the charm. This is going to be the same way, but just opposite direction. So now there's the flatter part. And then on this side is the rounder part. And then that just sits right there. Okay, and then like I said, we're just going to do the exact same thing here, but in reverse. So since I've got that pink bead there, this was the 4mm, I don't remember what color pink, but there's a 4mm in there, and then right there is the 3, if you can see that. So we're doing the bigger one. And then next is this flower looking thing. Then we're coming back with another one of those 4mm pinks. And then we're going to do that real pretty pearl. I think it was called rose gold pearl or something like that. Again, I'm sorry for my voice. It's probably getting on your nerves. It's getting on my own nerves. Mercy. Okay, then we're going to take, I forgot what they call it, but it's like a pearl log, it looks like, but it's rectangle shape. And then come back with another of the pretty pearl, that pink one. Okay, then we're going to take that ruby with the silver on the back. And just like what we done here, then we're going to take that rose gold looking 4mm bead, and it's that bead. And then that little 3mm copper, antique English, I forgot what it was called. Hold on, let me make sure I'm going right. Yeah. All right. Then we're going to take another of the 4mm pink ones, followed by one of those little bell flowers, but I'm going to put the tapered in on first. Then I'm going to take one of these 4mm light pink beads. It's the same size as that, but it's just a shade, you know, a few shades lighter. So let's take the light pink one. Then we're coming back in with another bellflower, but this time the fatter end is going. So that way we can create that. And that's what we done in the bracelet if you watch that. Okay, next, after that, we put one of those 4mm darker pinks. And one of these flower looking things. Another of the hot pink, or whatever pink this is. Then that pearl. Then the white long pearl. Then another of that rose gold pearl. The ruby silver thing. That little bit darker, almost a rose gold bead, the 4mm. Then that little 3mm antique copper thing, English brass, whatever it was. Then we're coming back in with another bellflower, the tapered in first. The little pink one, the lighter pink one of the 4mm. Bellflower, the fatter side, goes first. Then that darker pink 4mm. Okay, now right here, my plan was to do another one of those little flower looking bead things. But I only had one when I got to looking. So I had to go, I think this was a bargain bead box. I don't even remember what month. But this little faceted, I think it's a rondelle faceted, probably 6mm. I'm using that. I mean, it's not quite the shade, but it still blends and kind of goes with it. So that's how I'm having to end these. And then finally, I'm putting another one of those dark pink 4mm things. Okay. Next, what I'm doing, this doesn't fit me quite yet. So for you, just, you know, play around with it. I've got this was the Siam ones. I've got a few other things in there. But there was, if you recall, if you watched it, that is, there was I think these were 3mm. Yeah, they were 3mm Siam. Some of them were opaque and some of them were transparent. So I'm going to take those. And then also we had these 3mm. They're like a clear, they're a pink, but they're kind of a clear. So I'm just going to take those and alternate them up. I'm just going to do it haphazardly. However I grab it, I'm not going to have it in any kind of form. I'm just going to grab and go. And I'll go up a couple inches on each side and then see. where it fits my neck at. Where it fits me at. Sometimes it's easier just to fish them up like this. These little ones. Come on. Okay, I'm going to do this to both sides until I know it will fit behind my neck, and then I will come right back. Okay, I'm back. Let me move this out of the way. All right. So I just, like I said, I done them haphazardly. I just made sure that they, looks like I might have to add one there. Yeah, I might have to add one right there, but it's not a big deal. I just want to make sure that they were even. Okay, the next step you need to do is you can either do your wire guardians with the crimp tubes, or you can do the clamshell, which aka Captain Hooks and is what I think it looks like. I almost think, because I don't have a whole lot of my wire left. Actually, let me measure this and see how much I actually even use, so I know to tell you. You can use that amount or more if you want to put wire guardians on. Let's see here. As long as I don't. Okay, it's roughly 19.5 inches. Okay, so roughly 19.5 inches, or around 50 centimeters. But since I don't have a lot of tiger tail left, I think I would be better off to do these little Captain Hook hands, whatever you want to call them. So the first side is always the easiest. You just, you stick, see right there if you can see. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not. But right in the center of that clamshell thing, there is a tiny little hole right in that center. So that's where you're going to stick your tiger tail, right in that center, and bring it up. Then you're going to put on a crimp tube. And you're going to go down. You don't want to go down very far, because you have to clip that off if you do go down a little bit too far. But because you want it to close inside that clamshell. So I'm going to bring it up just a little bit, actually. About right there, yeah. Okay, then I'm going to take my crimp tube pliers, or my crimp pliers, I'm sorry. We're going to go on that second notch and give it a squeeze. Okay, then we're going to come out, and that should have indented it. Okay. Oh, come on. So that should have put a dent in it to make it almost resemble like a taco. Then we're going to come back in with our very first pliers, and we're going to go sideways now. And squeeze. If I can get it. Okay, I think. Sometimes I like to take the very tip right in front of that first notch, and give it a squeeze. It gives me a little bit of strength there. Ouch. Okay, and then tug it, make sure it's not going to come off. Then we'll bring our clamshell thing up and let me trim just a teeny bit of that. There we go. Oh, that's much better. I use my new little round. It's got the little notches out and it makes things round, and I just put it that direction. Much easier to close these. Much, much better. Okay, so give it a tug. Okay, I think it's going to hold on. Now we're going to come down here. The second side's always the hardest to do. Going to put your clam shell on. Go all the way down this time. Take your little crimp tube and let it go all the way down. This is where the problem typically lies, is trying to get that crimp tube crimped inside there. So I just took my little chain nose pliers and stuck in there and gave it a squeeze. I want to see if I can wrap it back around. Yeah, because that's not enough. Come on, Kimber. Okay, I've got it flat, so, and I'm tugging at it and it seems to be okay. So let's go ahead and trim the tiger tail. Why ain't you cutting? There it goes. And then let's find my little new dude tool. So I'm just going to center the little round parts of that in the hole. And there we go. And it broke. Ah, dang it. Okay, it broke on me. I've had to restring it. So I put a clamshell back on. Here's the new crimp tube, if I can get it on here without dropping it, because I have very little to work with now. If I can't get this, then I'm just going to have to cut off brand new tiger tail and then restring everything. So hopefully I can get it to work. Okay, I've got it restrung again. I've got the clamshell on there. I'm trying to get this daggone crimp tube. Get this. Okay, I give up. I'm gonna cut me some new string and I'll be back. Cut off 22 inches, so hopefully that will give me enough. I'm gonna see if I can fish this down. I know the bigger beads it would hold, but I just don't know about these little seed beads. No, it's not going to. All right, y'all. I'll restring this stubborn thing, and once it's restrung, then I'll come back and see y'all. unless I can fish it down here. If so, then I'll show you that it's going to let me. this is discouraging. Okay, I've got my little seed beads on, so let's see if it will let me. See where am I at? Okay, right there's my new string. So I'm just gonna slide these on down and hopefully keep on doing that. And that'll make it a lot easier. There we go. Alright, I will continue doing this until I get everything restrung and we will return. Okay, I'm back finally. So since I cut off quite a bit extra, I'm going to do my guardian wire and crimp tube that way. So we'll start off with the crimp tube. And then I'm going to take my little guardian wire, go up that hole, around, and then on the other side of the hole, and then come through that crimp tube. Burger. Okay, and get a hold of that little tail. Make sure it is not crossed in there. Go all the way up with your crimp tube. Take your pliers, crimp pliers, and go on that second notch. Give it a squeeze. Okay, and then come back with that first notch and squeeze it on this side. Okay. I'm going to take some of this extra tail, if it'll let me, and go down a few of these beads. Okay, that should be good. Then we'll clip off what's left of that. Okay. And then slide the beads on down. So I've got that much tail left. That should be enough to work with. So, again, crimp tube. Let's see, where's my wire guardian? Where'd you go? Where'd you go, little fella? There it is. Okay. So we're going in that hole. Okay. Come up around that, because that's what's going to protect your wire. Back down this side of the hole. into the crimp tube. I'm probably too close to the camera, I'm sorry. Okay. Now, it's in the crimp tube. It's not crisscrossed. You want to make sure it's not crisscrossed. Grab a hold of the wire guardian in your little small tail and then give it a pull until everything slides up. Actually, before I do that, let me slide it back out a little bit. I meant to do this before I pulled and I wasn't thinking. Okay, let's try to get it down a few of these beads, if you can. Okay, there's one of them. See if I can get it to go down this one, and that should be enough. Okay. Now, since it's down a few of those beads, take hold and make sure it's just all the way up as far as it can go. And it's not crisscrossed. It doesn't look crisscrossed. Okay, so we'll go in here again. Second notch. Okay, give it a squeeze. Come back in with the first notch on the side. Make sure that's good and closed and tight. And then clip your tail off. Yay! Oh, this took a lot longer than it should have. Okay. There's the necklace. Now, I want to do something here. You figure out what I'm doing and I'll come right back. Okay, I think I figured out what I'm going to do. Okay, I think I've got my thoughts together now. I've got this kind of a brassy color with the ball head pin, and it's, I think 3 inches, might be 2. No, it's 3. So I've put one of those, that darker pink, but instead of using the 4mm, this time I used the 3, and then I used one of those hearts, and then another, and that's going to go in the middle. Then with this, I don't know, maybe it might not to you, but to me it makes me think of a little ballerina or something, like, dancing. So with that, what I've done, it's a smaller ball head pin. I took one of those 3mm pink ones. Then I took that, the little flower, bell flower, and put it the big side down. Then I took one of those flowers that, you know, whatever, you see what I'm talking about. I'm putting the more rounded side is facing up, I think. Yeah. And so it's down like that, almost like it's her arms or something. Then finally one of those ruby with the silver backing. And I've got me some little dancing ballerinas. In my mind, that's what they are. And I hope there's enough, and I think there will be, I hope there's enough wire left to be able to do some wrapped loops. But we shall see. All right, I'll start off with this guy. which it really don't matter because you can turn that either way. So we'll do our 90-degree turn, bend, bringing it around those pliers. You want this just a little bit bigger of a loop because where we're having to put it on this. So let's go up and over and down. Flip your wrist up, come behind like that. Now this, you'll have to kind of open it just a little bit, you know, like bring it toward you a little bit. Then we're going to go in there. There we go. And then press it back down to close it off. And then try to hold it on here. And, okay, and then just wrap it around. Then we're going to clip off your tail. And squeeze your pokey parts. That way it won't catch on your shirt or dress or whatever. Okay, and then just kind of straighten her out. Now let's get one of our little dancers. I hope there's enough on this. If not, then we'll do simple loops, but okay. Do our 90-degree turn, bend. I'm doing this a little bit smaller that way because I don't have as much to work with here. Okay, push that back down. Listen, it's so soft, you probably could about do it with your finger. I think I will. And then squeeze down those pokey parts. That's not as pretty as I would want it to be. Let's see, let's clip off this little bit of a tail because I didn't have enough, but to make it as pretty as I wanted, but I think it'd be okay once we No, I think that's okay. You can't really tell anything about it. Now, we're doing the same thing with this last little dancing girl. But we're going to make sure that we get it on that side, okay? That finger's still sore. Okay, clip that little tail. don't like it with the 3 on there. I'm going to take one of these dancing girls off. Let's see which one looks better. It just pokes out too much. I don't like it with the... I think I like it better just with these 2. I didn't like it with that other one. And the last thing that we're going to do is put our clasp on. Might could try that. That's, if you recall, if you watched that video, that's the one I put on that bracelet that matches this. But it was a pain in the butt to try to get on and off for a bracelet. So with the necklace, it'll be okay. But I thoroughly explained how you work that on that video, so I'm not going to go over that again. I'll just refer you back to the video. So I just need a couple of jump rings to put on that. And we're going to stick that in and a little fishy part of it. You know, why is everything named after sea creatures when it comes to jewelry? You've got your clamshell, you've got your lobster claw, you've got, I don't know if that's really called a fishy thing, but it sure looks like one. That clasp, I forget what it's called, honestly. Oops. And then there's the clasp part. Okay, I think I got it now. Alright, so let's hook this little thing. Goes all the way in that very tip. And then we'll push it in. Snap it in place. Now, if you want to, and I don't know, you can put some crimp bead covers there. I need to get me some kind of coppery looking crimp bead covers. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if there's any gentlemen on here. So I finally got the necklace made. It took me longer than I expected, but I finally got the necklace made using February 2025 Dollar Bead Box. And this will go with the bracelet and the earrings that I made there one day last week. And I will link that video. And I will also link Dollar Bead Box website, and you can go and check them out. So anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day, and I hope you like this. Let me know what you think. But I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. Before I leave, I thought you might want to see, in case you hadn't seen it, there's the, or if you did, it's a reminder, but there's the bracelet and the earrings that I made the other day. And then there is the necklace. So I thought it was pretty. It reminds me of like an old-timey, old-fashioned set. So anyway, there it is. Hey, if you like this video, you may want to check out my previous video or my previous series. Talk to you soon.